Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome to Mama from Scratch. Today I'm going to be sharing with you fall Dollar Tree DIYs that turned out absolutely beautiful. I had so much fun creating these DIYs and I hope that you all will be able to recreate them to decorate your home on a budget. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to give them a big thumbs up, share them with your friends, and let's go ahead and get started with these fall DIYs.
So for this DIY, I got a free piece of particle board at Lowe's, and you can use a fence picket for this if you want, or attach a few Dollar Tree signs together. This is 8 by 45 inches long, and I painted the front side white, and now I'm just taking a Sharpie and I'm going 2 3/4 of an inch, and then I'm putting another line. So I'm making basically like a faux shiplap sign here with this. I will be using some of these leaves from Dollar Tree as well as some leaves from their normal stems. I thought they looked a little bit better too. So some of them have the veining on them with the plastic, and then the ones in the packaging does not, they're just flat. And so I figured out which ones I wanted to use for the coloring, and I'm just gonna, I thought about pulling this off, but then it would take out the darkness and I wanted to keep that. So I just cut off the very tips of it, and now I'm just going to hot glue these down, and I actually will go in with some glue as well. You can use Mod Podge just to kind of weatherproof them a little bit better, and you can cover all of them. So I'm going to be using the Antiquing Glaze from Waverly, and then this chocolate brown color by Apple Barrel. And then I'm also going to be using my 5-inch stencils. I picked these up at Walmart or Joann's. I don't remember, but I know both places carry them. You can use whatever size you want. And for this, I went down about 5 inches from the top to give myself enough room to spell out the words, because these are 5-inch stencils, so just divide that up by the length that you need. And normally with this, I trace them on with a pencil, and then I fill it in the outline. So I decided to keep it a little bit easier and actually use a stencil the way it's supposed to be used. And I really am happy with the coverage on it. Make sure you don't do too much paint, you just do a very light coating, and then you can go in and dab it on. It worked great. So happy with this. And then I ended up taking the word happy in the metal words that Dollar Tree carries from Easter. I had this left over. So you may or may not have this, but you can always trace it on if you want, or paint it on. And I glued that onto the top, and this is the way it turned out. And I could not be happier with the way this project looks, and it's going to be double-sided. So just wait, I have another DIY for this later on in the video. For this DIY, we're making a fall wreath, and I'm just using a grapevine wreath from Dollar Tree, and I wrapped it with some burlap, and I'm going to be using their sunflowers, the mini ones, as well as the black-eyed Susans, and then I will be using some dahlias, and you could use mums for this. I have some greenery from Walmart that I've used for various projects, and then I will also be using some greenery left over from some other picks as well, and then whatever this stuff is called, I have no idea, but I had it on hand. So everything you can pretty much find at the Dollar Tree. So I'm taking 5 leaves, and I'm just going to randomly space them equal amounts apart over my wreath, and then I'm going to pluck off the eucalyptus leaves, and I'm going to glue these down mainly on the stem part. That way if I want to reuse them, I can. It doesn't hurt the leaf with the glue. If you glue down the leaf, you might end up ripping it, because these ones are pretty fragile compared to the other greenery that I use. And I'm just going to layer those on, and you can kind of get the idea by just visually watching what I'm doing here. But this is going to be a beautiful Michael's dupe. Wait till you see this. So whenever I'm putting together a floral arrangement or a wreath, I try to think of it as going all the way around, or kind of like in a clock shape. So 12, 3, 6, 9, and just work yourself all the way around, repeating the same steps with whatever florals you're using. This DIY turned out so beautiful. I'm so happy with this fall wreath. And of course, if you're not into the yellow orange, you could leave that out and do other colors if you wanted to, but this is just beautiful. So remember that shiplap sign we had earlier? Well, the back side of it, I painted it black, and we're going to make another sign with this. So again, I'm going to be using the 5-inch stencils that I used before, and you can spell out whatever you would like to spell out. For this, you can trace on these letters. If you don't have a stencil, this, I think, package cost me $3, and this has lasted me about 3 or 4 years already. You can always print off letters out of Word or something and then trace them on. And again, just kind of measure out. I decided to space these letters out a little bit more than the Harvest one. And again, I'm just taking some white paint here. This is the Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to grab some paint on my brush, dab it off, and then lightly dab it on. That means if you have too much paint, it will bleed through. You want to work with a little amount as possible. These are the colors I'm using to make the sunflowers. The only other color I did use was a darker, like forest green, that it didn't ended up showing you, but I thought you could always use the small sunflowers for this project if you want. But what I'm doing here is I'm starting with the brown, which is that chocolate color I used in the last one, and then I'm mixing in the bright orange and yellow together, and then going around, and then I'm using the yellow and layering that on. And when I do flowers, I'm using kind of like a tapered brush, and these brushes came from Walmart in a pack for like $3. I got, I think, 12 of them or something. And when I do flowers, I like to layer them in, so I like to start off wide and then go skinny at the very end. And what I also like to do is to layer on the paint. The more layers you have, the more depth you have in flowers, and you know flowers have a lot of beautiful colors in them. So once you get that going, just kind of start layering them in, and I play with it until I get the coloring that I want. And this is the way the flowers turned out. I added a little bit of black in there just to highlight the leaves a little better, and I love the way they turned out. This one is a little bit more orangey, but overall they look fantastic, and the more paint you use, the better with the layers and everything, and I just love it. You could also use these clip-on sunflowers that Dollar Tree carries as well.
I hope you all enjoyed these fall Dollar Tree DIYs. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below, and what you have seen at the stores that you want to recreate. Let me know that as well. I have so much fun going out to the stores and looking online and seeing what I can find to replicate for a lot cheaper. I really like the way all the projects turned out today. I had a lot of fun creating them. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed them. Share it with your friends, of course, and make sure you're subscribed, because I have a lot more ideas to share with you, and Monday's video is going to be really good, and I don't want you to miss that. So make sure you have your bell notification on. If you haven't missed my last videos, they'll be here on the screen and also in the description box below. With that, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon.